Welcome, everyone, to this episode of the Expansive CEO podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Chapman. And today we're going to talk about intimacy. And we're going to talk about especially intimacy with yourself, really understanding what you are here to see about you, and how that can really, truly change how you're showing up in your business, for your clients, for your family, all of this. So I have a just an amazing guest today who is such an expert in this area. She's an intimacy expert, Allana Pratt. She's a global media personality and go-to authority for those ready to heal heartbreak, live unapologetically, and attract a soul-shaking relationship. She's an Ivy League grad and is the author of 6 books. She's interviewed Whoopi Goldberg, Alanis Morissette, Haramain, and hosts the edgy podcast Intimate Conversations. And she's on season 13, Heartbroken Open, where listeners learn how to become the one to find the one which awakens the one. So, Allana, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so excited to talk about this. It's one of my favorite topics for sure. And I would love for you to tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got to this space to be the amazing person that you are.
Oh, you're so kind, Hannah. Thank you for having me and weaving it into the entrepreneurial listeners. Intimacy, if I didn't have an intimate relationship with myself, i.e., into me, I see going inside, listening to my soul's truth, maybe wading through some of the wounds of the heart in order to hear my soul's truth, I would probably be the next pharmacist in Pratt's Pharmacy, the little drugstore with the big heart in Kamloops, British Columbia, where I was raised. Because that's certainly what my dad wanted me to do was take over the family business. And yet my body would get contracted and crunchy and my heart would close and I'd go into people pleaser and I'd do the fakey fake, all the things. And I just couldn't do it. So I quit college after 2 years and I'd been a dancer since I was 5 years old, jazz, ballet, tap, all the things. So, and I'd been on a cruise line before and I saw those dancers. So I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up yet, but I know I don't want to be a pharmacist. So I'm going to go hop on Uncle Phil's 18-wheeler semi from Canada down to LA. He drove down once a month and I was going to like make it in Hollywood while I figure out what I wanted to do when I grew up. So turns out I was talented enough, brave enough, but I didn't have a working visa. But I was not going to go home and say that I failed. So I got a job dancing in Japan. And I moved all the way over to Tokyo for 4 years. And dancing turned into modeling, turned into spokesperson, turned into I made more money than my parents combined. I saved it all. I backpacked through China and Thailand and Bali. And I just had so much fun. And I'm going to tie it back into entrepreneurship, like following my mission, vision, purpose, following that unique thread of what's true to me. And much to my parents' chagrin, like, no, 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 you don't make money as a dancer. What do you mean you're like a mod? What? So they were not thrilled, but they were like impressed that I was making a bunch of money. And they were mostly coming around slowly that I was happy. I was like
Mm.
fulfilled, like this was working for me. So fast forward, I met my first husband, moved to New York City with him, and I went to Columbia University. I studied art history, and this was another sort of like half of me was having an effective, intimate relationship with myself. Like I was studying art, I was art all over through time and going to the big museums in New York City and going to dance performances. So that was like the authentic me. But the part that I didn't have an intimate relationship with myself with, I wasn't fulfilled. Like I think I married for safety. Like I think it was a complete daddy wound. Like, you like me, you're tall, dark, and handsome and rich. Like I'm not going to do any better. I'm not worthy. I'm not deserving. And I really shrunk. I really
Mm.
shrunk. Like I used to wear ripped jeans and tie dye this, and I was funky and like a dancer and a model. I started having like a bob. I started to wear suits. I started to do everything properly. Don't want to get in trouble if I cut the vegetable wrong, like this. It was so much judgment in this relationship. Okay, so that didn't work. So I got a divorce and I was like, oh, so we have some inner work to do. Again, intimacy. So
Mhm.
we need to look at the part of me that gives away my power. Fast forward to husband number two, mom was dying of cancer. And I thought a man is a plan, like a man and a baby is a plan. Like that's what's going to get me through this. So my closed heart, so I didn't have it, again, I didn't have an intimate relationship with myself. I couldn't even hear my truth. I was just so scared, spinning a million miles an hour, like trying to just replace her before she died, that my closed heart attracted another closed heart.
Mm,
And she died about 6 weeks after we got married. I got pregnant the week after she died at my sister's wedding. Within a year, I was divorced. And it turns out he was a very, very angry man. But I had to take ownership. Like I was the only one in common, Hannah, with these two relationships.
yeah.
And I could own that my closed heart attracted a closed heart who was very humiliated that I divorced him. And then we went into a 13-year custody battle with him trying to get our son away from me to get back at me.
Mm,
So I slowed down enough to go, okay, I'm the one in common. Let's figure out what's going on. And I realized I was insecure. I didn't have a healthy, intimate relationship with myself. I judged myself. I was hypervigilantly spinning a million miles an hour, trying to be safe, look good, do it right. So as this all started unfolding, I was going to like spiritual classes and doing, I was a Pilates instructor actually at the time. And I met somebody who said, have you ever heard of coaching? I said, no. And they said, well, I think you should go for it. So all these different workshops I'd gone to, people started telling me things they hadn't told others because they felt safe enough. So I'm like, okay, I might have an unconscious competence here.
hmm
And I love people and I don't judge their shadows, taboos, or failures because I've sure made enough mistakes. And then I put up my shingle and I call 22 years ago at this point, and I call myself an intimacy expert. And it is the greatest honor and privilege to go into the dark night and get all the way to the divine light and not just discover who they are as a soul, but what does that soul want to do to give their genius and gifts and talents most of the time as entrepreneurs? And then how can you not, quote unquote, sell yourself to be good enough, but have it be that vortex that it's just not, it's self-evident. You're the person. And I love coaching entrepreneurs to speak that authentic truth, to resonate and vibrate with their vulnerability and their credibility, to really value. There's only one of them. They broke the mold with you. Yes, there's other people that might be this kind of coach or that kind of coach, but there's only one you. There's
hmm
only going to be that, beautiful family of clients that you're meant to work with. And, if everybody says be a speaker, but you don't like it, don't. If everyone's like, you've got to train your own coaches, but that's not your jam, don't. If people say you should, do group coaching, but you really like one-on-one, don't. Like really trust yourself. But when we can't hear our truth, when we're not in our body, when we're spinning a million miles an hour like I wasted a lot of time, energy, and money doing what other people told me I should do because it worked for them because it was
Right.
their genius, it was their path. That doesn't mean it's mine. And I believe now, after doing this for a couple decades, I'm really in my zone of genius. I'm humbled and grateful to the depth of intimacy I get to share with my clients and help integrate their traumas. Yeah, and I love my life. Yeah.
Mm. Oh my goodness. One of the things that resonated so much as you were talking was this sense that that people feel like it's safe with
Mm,
you, right?
mm,
That they can reveal things to you because it feels safe.
yeah.
And one thing I'm hearing there and what resonates is that like that's what happens with me too, right? Like the
Mm,
financial side, people
mm,
have so many fears, shame, guilt, whatever it comes up around their
right.
money stories about what they have or don't have or have experienced or haven't experienced. They hold on to it and they're scared to tell other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one thing I learned pretty on too, same, is
Yeah.
that people want to tell me things.
Mm,
They feel safe
mm,
to reveal. And so one thing that I think I've kind of integrated about that about myself is that one, again, this was a resonate one thing that resonated was that I'm not scared of their money stories.
yeah.
And so there's a safety there. I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
I can help you look at it without fear. And that just like pours off of you as well, right? Like
Mm.
you've been through the dark.
Yeah.
So you're not afraid of whatever they're
Yeah.
experiencing right now. Like you can bring it. I'm not afraid.
Right.
We can look at it together and see it from a new angle.
This is so beautiful. I love that we have this in common, like sex and money, I think are the two biggest reasons like people get divorces, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
So to be able to look at this without judgment, without trying to resist it or escape it or even fix it, but just
Mhm.
to be really curious about what is this life experience teaching us. In the last 5 years or so, I've been done psychedelic somatic integration work personally on my journey and also with my clients. And it's been amazing, Hannah, to watch an autonomic nervous system. So a person, their body, when the low dose of this medicine, it's like one on one, gets them out of their head, their secondary consciousness, the beliefs and all the stories and everything, so they don't have to feel. And it just slightly just softens things so they can just feel without resistance. And to watch a body get completely cold when they dissociate, bring on all the blankies because they're not in there. Their soul's actually not in there. And the body is recapitulating, replaying, showing us the story of what happened that stopped that evolution. It could be monetarily for you or with relationships with me. And so first they're cold. And again, no judgment. Like whatever the body's trying to show us, it's trying to show us it was so scary and nobody was there over and over and over that I just peace out. I gave up. I was out of there. And then so I say to the person's body, when you're ready, we'll be here. Take your time. And the body's literally learning, the soul is learning to trust. Like, can I trust? Couldn't trust maybe mom or dad or ex-husband, ex-wife, whoever it was. But wow, we can trust. And then the body comes back in. And then that's so level 4 is gone. Level 3 trauma, they're back in the body, but it's dark. It's hopeless. It's what's the point? Nobody was there. Like God wasn't there. Mom, dad wasn't there. Like what's like, it's suicidal. It's like, I don't even want to take another inhale. I don't even know if I've got it in me to take another inhale. And for the honor to stay with that person, take me with you. I'm right here. I won't leave you. I'm right here. And the body, when not fixed or pushed or like you got to be positive, like no, let's just be with it. Of its own fruition, it'll go from level 3 to level 2. The body knows how to get home, but it's the space holder, the container, the facilitator, the listener, the unconditional loving listener that literally allows this brilliant mechanism, our body, this miracle, our body, to go from level 3 now to level 2. And level 2 is kind of like when the gazelle is running away from the cheetah. It's like that really short, like burst of like, holy shit, we got to get out of here. So for the person, something happened, terror, panic, or it could have been rage that they weren't allowed to speak.
Yeah.
It could have turned into self-loathing and self-hatred. It's intense. It's only 30 seconds, 60 seconds, but oh my God, it feels like eternity because the body is reliving, recapitulating that moment when they were 5, 10, 15, 20, whenever it was, when it was terrifying, just terrifying. And again, I'm like, take me with you. And often I'll support, like if they need to scream, I'll scream with them. If they need to cry, I'll cry with them. Like I'll be right there. Let's get through this. And again, the body knows what it's doing. And we get through that period, then we get to level 1. And they often say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm alive. Because the body actually thought they were done. Because
Yeah.
as a little one, when mom and dad takes their attention away, where's the food? Who's going to take care of me? It was life or death, right? Or they were ostracized, in high school, and there was no friends that wanted to hang out with them that day, and it was really rough. So this is relief is real, and I do my best to not let them go up to the mind. I'm like, just stay there because there's another phase after this. And when they go back to 0 point, still point, Hannah, their soul is in their body.
Mm.
Their soul is around their body. It's like you're swimming through divinity. It's like it's palpable, it's thick, it's warm, it's home, it's whole. And on top of that, so now their body's all the way back to zero. And it could have been hypervigilantly spinning for decades. Like for me, it was decades, like
Yeah.
4 decades, right? So the body's like, oh my God, this feels so good, right? So it's bliss, but it's embodied bliss.
Yeah.
But here's the other piece. It's not that we got rid of the terror or got rid of the self-loathing or got rid of the anger. It's like alchemy, and it's been literally transformed into wisdom in their body. And they're aware of why it happened from a soul perspective. Forgiveness is inherent. It all makes sense. They get to receive the empowerment of why that all occurred. They're no longer the victim of that circumstance. And they actually see through the lens of entrepreneurship, oh, that's why I'm drawn to teach this. Oh, that's why I'm really into them being a public speaker because my voice was, completely shut down. Or for me, I was sexually abused. And so for me, bringing back the divinity of our body temple is part of my healing and the healing that I
Mhm.
can offer others. And to trust as an entrepreneur that the divine is listening. It wants the greatest beauty, alignment, and synergy possible to bring in the most ideal clients for you, the abundance and prosperity for you. The divine is as close as your very breath. So that's a little story of what I love to do with clients when it's the psychedelic somatic integration work. But once they've done that work, or people that are very good at being in their body and not spinning in their head, we don't need medicine to help our bodies come back to zero. We often need a trusted facilitator that loves us in our messy and in the unknown and will stay with us.
Mm. Oh my gosh. I I didn't anticipate we would go this direction, and I'm so grateful that you brought it up because I think it's so important. Um, with I There's this whole generational conversation happening. I'm 41. I'm an elder millennial, technically.
Uh-huh.
And us, Gen X before us, we were not given emotional space. We were not taught how to emotionally regulate. Maybe a few of the
Yeah,
chosen ones were.
yeah, yeah,
I was not. My brothers were not. Right. My husband and his family were not. We grew up in different environments, my husband and I, but still, like the it's not safe to be emotionally vulnerable
yes,
was there.
yes.
My house was very explosive. His house was very tense and quiet.
Got
So
it.
we had these two different experiences.
Yeah,
But again, so interesting that it's still boiled down to I'm only safe when I withdraw
right, right.
in both cases. And over the last 3 years, 3.5 years now, I've also done some psychedelic and somatic healing that I mean, now after doing it, it's
Yeah,
exactly what you said. That once you have that experience of hold holding yourself, being held, and then holding yourself fully
yes.
through that process,
Well
you can
said.
you can tap back into it.
Yes,
But
yes.
the learning that when we didn't learn it from anyone else before, the learning that happens, especially in those first few journeys, was like I can't tell you how much emotional healing I went through. Like you said, decades, literally
Yeah,
decades of
yeah.
emotional healing
Mm,
in hours.
mm.
And then the
Yes,
integration afterwards is the most
imperative.
important part of
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this, you said it so beautifully, Hannah. There was like my first journey, I was aware of what my body was doing, showing me what happened, recapitulating what happened. I'm aware that I am a soul witnessing my body do this right now. So I'm learning how to have my own back while also surrendering to my body. Well, also, who's moving my body? Well, that would be the divine. So like, wow, this is fascinating. And it was horrible. And the emotions that came up were terrifying. And I had this facilitator that kept saying, baby, that was mental illness. The words would come through, the smells would come through, the memories. It was like all this that I'd pushed away for decades. It all came back. and I was reflected in real time, reparented in real
Yeah.
time. And then in neuroplasticity for, a couple of weeks after, I get to literally rewire my brain,
Mm-hmm.
my beliefs. And I wouldn't even say beliefs, my knowings, because it wasn't up in my head spinning trying to
Right.
figure it out anymore or resisting myself. It was down all the way through a heart that was now willing to be open,
Mm-hmm.
raw, but open, and down into my hips where my soul could really reside, back into my sacred yoni that I could claim back as a beautiful divine body. Like it was wow. Wow. This is what's possible, in my opinion, when we use psychedelic medicine to check in, not check out. And
Yeah.
this is, it's a new way of using it consciously, intentionally to be your partner, to bring you home.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, bringing you home to yourself.
Yes.
Um, mm. One of my favorite quotes is from here. Let me grab it. It's on my little sticky note
Nice.
that I keep all the time. Oh my gosh, where are you? But it's Leland Val Van de Waal,
Uh,
and that we are only able to meet others as deeply as we are able to meet ourselves without running away.
totally.
And this, when I first heard that quote, I was like, I sort of get it, but I don't totally get it. This was many years ago, and I was like, but for some reason, I'm going to hold on to that because
Yeah.
I don't quite get it yet. But I, it just stuck and stayed with me.
Yeah.
And what I have learned over the years as that it comes back and comes back, and as I meet myself deeper and deeper, and then through the plant medicine work that I've done, and deeper and deeper, and the money stories work that I've done, like
Yeah.
deeper and deeper,
Yes.
it's uh, truly that's where the safety comes from.
Mm.
That's where my safety can come be sourced from, and
Yeah.
then that's where the safety that others feel
Mm.
comes
Yes.
from. It's like, oh, you've traversed here.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
safe.
yes. It's so good what you're saying. I see things in like a figure eight of energy, and I started my psychedelic journeys with one practitioner and moved on to another because I could feel she wasn't as like the figure eight wasn't as big, wasn't
Oh,
as wide, she wasn't as present. There was only a certain amount in her. She was going through some physical things, health things. It wasn't personal, but she could only be present for so long. And I could feel my body contract when she's not there.
mm,
And switching to a different practitioner, and the figure eight got wider and wider. He could be with it all. And I think it was perfect for me to start with a woman and then move to a gentleman based on what I was going through as well. But when we think about this as an entrepreneur, it's a felt sense by a potential client whether you're present,
oh yeah.
whether they can express and you're not going to go anywhere or judge. This figure eight actually is a real thing that happens. And the beautiful thing is what I've recognized over time is when I would say in my first two marriages, not in my body, and looking to my partner to complete me, looking to my partner to make me safe. Like, and then you better stay because you're the source now. I wasn't the source, you were the source, right? So I call those soulmate relationships.
Mm,
And Dr. Barbara Marx Hubbard, before she died, and Dr. Mark Gaffney, they coined a term wholemate. So from soulmate to wholemate. And
mm,
wholemate is where our souls, we do our damn best, anyways, to have our souls be in our body as often as possible. And we take ownership and we are the source of our safety and worth. And so you've got two whole people coming together. And it's not like two half people transactional, like I'm half, you're half, we equal
yeah.
one together, you better not change. It's like I'm whole. I don't need you, but it'd be really cool to hang out. And I'm you're whole too. And the figure eight starts. But then this thing happens where it's not one plus one equals two. It's like one plus one equals infinity because we
Mm,
start to awaken dormant evolutionary qualities within our partner. And those wholemate relationships, I believe, can be romantic, but they can also be like in work, professional. I sense that they can be with your parents or your kids, like familial, right? Or best friends. These wholemate relationships where you're literally more by simply being in the other's field, and you're better for yourself and for each other, but you're better for humanity. You're living your soul's mission in your business, right? Or this relationship that you have with your husband or wife. Like you're the, without doing shit, by just being. You go to a holiday party and people just feel good. They soften, they open around you. It's an energetic field that to me is worth spending the time, energy, and resources to cultivate because every aspect of your life improves. It's the core fundamental building block of self-realization to me, the intimate relationship with ourself and our soul. Once that's in there, that's what you emanate in every single direction that's a priority for you. And you do it as a natural expression of who you are. And the
Mhm.
ease and the flow is there. Yeah, I love what I do. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I
I
really love
couldn't tell.
it. Yeah. Ah.
Oh my goodness. Literally, like I'm like on the verge of tears.
Oh, sweetie, thank you. Why?
Because you're like literally making me, as you're talking about this, like I'm thinking of all the people that I love and that I have at this exact process,
Mm,
that as I have
mm.
come into more love for myself,
Yeah.
like deepened in my love
Mm,
for me, my belief in myself, my belief in my creativity,
yeah.
it has like the profound effect it has had on my marriage
Yeah.
and my relationship with my husband, who, I mean, like I've never we've been together for 24 years and have never been as close as we are
Wow.
now, which
Oh,
is so amazing. Like
yes.
literally, so amazing. But then yes, with my best friends, with my work colleagues who I do feel like literally feel like we've done this before. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be here together and we're supposed to be doing this work together and we're supposed to like that point of we make each other better, we make the work better.
Yeah.
It's not a I'm doing this and you're doing this. It's like, oh, when we do this way together,
Yeah.
it's so amplified that no one else is doing it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, as you're talking, I'm like, just like, that's this relationship and this relationship and this relationship. And it's just like,
Yeah.
ah, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you find, because you're kind of making me cry too, because I'm 56 in a month and I am single. I haven't met my
Mhm.
beloved. I haven't been with my beloved for 24 years. So to see you, feel you so happy in this ever evolving relationship. My journeys look like ever evolving with multiple partners along the way, but no one stuck around for 24 years. But I sure look forward to someone sticking around for the next 24 years.
Yes. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but
Absolutely.
it's so rich to be even alone because I'm not lonely.
Hmm.
This connection to my body, the connection to spirit in my body, the connection to my soul. I mean, there's times I'd like someone to go to a movie with or out for dinner with or have someone to receive me at the end of the day as deep and vast as I feel and get me. Like that's a longing. That's a
Hmm.
longing I have. But I wouldn't say it's like a void or an emptiness because I feel filled with the divine from the inside out. And that it's not how I used to be.
Yeah.
It's not how I used to be. So that feels great. And I feel like when I go to date or to meet a new prospective client, like I have a lot of joy when I'm like, oh, I think we could create some fucking magic together. This would be really good. And if it's not a fit, okay, I trust the divine. Okay. Not now,
Hmm.
not yet, not at all. Fine. You got me. I'm held. Yeah, I
Oh.
have this statement that it's like a mantra. Uh, the world lives to wrap me in protective care and exalt my very existence. And that's my love affair with life.
Mm.
Yeah.
This concept of being whole, um, and the whole mate, like
Yeah.
that really truly does describe what I was craving.
Mm.
Um, because to be honest, like we've been at a couple of different points in our relationship, even in the last 5 years, where I was feel like the cycle was not we, we kept
Yeah.
breaking the cycle over and over, and
Mm.
it was meaning there's John Gottman, I think it's Gottman,
Mm.
has the this wheel of like I can't remember the name of it, but the honeymoon cycle,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then there's a break, and then there's
Hmm.
the period of despair, and then the repair.
Yes.
And this we were in this cycle of break, like honeymoon would part would get shorter and shorter, and the break
Mm.
would get and the despair would get longer and longer.
Yeah.
Not with abuse, not with hurting each other, always with like wanting to somehow come back, but not knowing how.
Yeah, well said.
And
Hmm.
so, and again, I was very aware of what an abusive relationship looked like, and that was not what this ever was.
Right.
Um, but we couldn't communicate with each other,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
couldn't figure out how to come back to each other,
Yeah.
and that kept getting longer and longer.
Mm.
And I came to the point where like I can't do that cycle anymore.
Yes.
It has to be done. And so
Yes.
like I need a divorce. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And that was the conversation that spurred a lot of different growth trajectory.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And what I've even though we haven't had different relationships over this time, or different people over this
Right.
time,
Right.
it has like I would say every 7 years, maybe. Like it's like we have had different relationships
Sure.
many different times. We are different people
Correct. Yes.
than who we were before. And the ability to like come back into communication, that has been that healing has been the most powerful. But on the in relation to me knowing myself better, him knowing himself better, I started down the path first.
Mm.
I did an ayahuasca ceremony with a
Shaman.
place that has, yes, that has religious use privileges.
Mm.
And that was, he thought it was crazy.
Mm.
I had never done anything like that ever in my life.
Uh-huh.
That was my first introduction. Like, just jump right into the ocean,
Yeah,
why
let's
don't
just
you?
throw up all night. Let's do it. Yeah, it
It's
sounds
great.
great.
Uh, Most profoundly healing thing I've ever done. And it was that experience that then opened it up to later that year us having an experience together,
Mm.
and
Mm.
him coming, like, so I definitely stepped first
Hmm.
and was like, I don't know why I have to, like, this is what my soul is calling me towards,
Yes.
and I if I don't say yes, I don't know what.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is where I'm going. But it all of that to kind of move back to our or touch back to our previous conversation of like that psychedelic use of in this very intentional way
Yes.
to meet yourself,
Yes.
us separately, meeting ourselves separately.
Is required. Mm.
I mean, that was the thing. That was
Yeah.
the thing that had to happen,
Mm.
in order for us to then be able to see each other clearly.
100%. Oh, I really like you, Hannah. Um, so when you were explaining that wheel where the rupture would occur and you couldn't get to the repair and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, what I was hearing or seeing or sensing as you were sharing that, I'm like, where is that happening within them that's being projected outwardly into the relationship?
Oh,
So
100%.
right, right. So when I work with clients, they're like, "Hey, can we do some like MDMA and have some really sexy time?" And I'm like, "No, you can go to a rave for that. Like, you don't need me for this." What I'm interested in is where are those incomplete loops that you're trying I believe your
Hmm.
souls have come together. This is like imago theory, but you've come together to complete the loops with your partner, but not by your partner. They're the trigger to show
Hmm.
you within yourself the incomplete loop. And
Yep.
so when I work with couples, we do privates and couples.
Yeah.
So we'll do their journeys alone. We'll do private sessions. We'll also do couple sessions and couples weekends. Like we'll do it all. But to me, the inside creates the outside.
Uh-huh.
And we get there a hell of a lot faster with much better results when we take complete ownership and sit in our own stuff, triggered by the other, granted, but it's not about the other. They're a mirror to show you where that incompletion is within yourself. And when that can occur, and then you look through the eyes of an internal complete cycle at your beloved, you can say, oh my God, you were literally my master spiritual teacher. You were here me home. Fuck you, but love you, like whatever, like whatever,
All
right?
all
Right?
things.
All things. And then you actually have the capacity, and it's an actual embodied capacity when those ruptures occur to go, oh, okay, that's what's going on here. Rest within, come home within, communicate completely differently, being an allowance of the other person, unattached to the results. Like you have all these new capacities that you didn't have before.
The tools.
Right? Embodied tools, not just a script I need to read so you'll change, right? It's not like that at all. It's an internal capacity to have a completely different reality because you're
Yeah.
different. You're home. And now I mean, obviously, we need to still do the work and practice, and we never get there. But we've got tools and depth. And I'm so happy for the two of you because sometimes my couples it's time to have the conscious uncoupling. Like
Yeah.
their souls got them to here and they didn't do anything bad or wrong. And I like to work with them so it doesn't turn into a nasty, expensive divorce or, crap for the kids. But sometimes they're authentically done
Yeah.
with kindness and consciousness. And other times, as with you, like it's been complete and it's like a whole new lease. It's a whole new honeymoon, but it's not like that naive honeymoon. It's that rich.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm the luckiest person ever to wake up beside you. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yay
yeah.
for
I mean,
you. Yay for you.
it's I mean, oh gosh. I when I look at so I'm we didn't even talk about this before we started. So I use human design and gene keys in all of
Yes, I remember
my
that when I
work.
first met you. Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, because aren't we?
Yes.
What are you again? Aren't you a
I'm
six?
a 6-2 manifesting
Yeah,
generator.
same. I'm a 6-2 sacral generator. So I remember that when I first texted you. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
And so even looking at like my soul curriculum in different ways, I love exploring that. And I always, whenever I even look at my own chart,
yeah.
I see new things all the time. Right. And one of the things I discovered this year is that my self center, my G center,
Mm,
so in human design, that is it's like the diamond right in the middle.
mm,
And this is your center of self that says, I know who I am.
mm-hmm,
I know why I'm here. I know my direction.
mm-hmm.
I can source love for myself.
Yeah,
And that my soul curriculum, they're all on a 6 line. My gates on my self center, which means I am here. The 6th line always goes through 3 phases in life of
yeah.
experimentation, throwing everything against the wall, having no clue what you're doing, basically,
Mm-hmm,
and trying and failing and getting back up again.
mm,
And then a phase of, you're like, okay, I think I've got this. I'm figuring it out. I'm going to deepen in this. And then the third phase, which I'm not quite there yet, that's around 50 for me,
mm-hmm,
is that like embodied wisdom phase.
mm, yes.
And even though I'm not quite there yet, I can feel the transition of that, and I can feel how critical like that journey of getting to know myself
Yeah,
came with. Part of it was codependency with
yeah,
my husband. Part of it was, again, like you said, like feeling like he is half of me, and but no, we are not. He's
right.
not half of me. He is him.
Yeah,
I am me. My
yeah,
children are not part of me. They are them. Right?
yes.
They are their own people, and I am here to help
Steward. Yeah.
steward their little souls
Mm-hmm,
and bodies through life into being who they are,
mm-hmm,
not to be anybody else, and not to
mm-hmm.
be anything other than what they're here to be. And so this I say this all of this to say that it's, you know so I can't not. I had to live through that.
Yes, yes.
I didn't have a choice. And when I realized how potent and important that is, it's like there's then also the reminder that, oh, that's not everyone's journey.
Mm,
It was my journey. I
mm-hmm.
had to live through because other people then learn from it.
Correct. Yeah, we're role models that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Six. Yeah, that six. I mean, I'm a 6'2" also, right? But so those six lines, they're everywhere. But that does mean like that embodied wisdom is how we teach, is how we learn,
Hmm.
how we go through life, and then we get to turn around
Yeah.
and be the flashlight, be the hand, like come this way. It's
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
It's a little
Sometimes,
hard, but it's safe.
yeah, it's intense. I will say it's intense, but orgasms are intense too, and we don't mind those. So like the pain's intense, that's for sure, but so's the joy. So it's just living really embodied means you feel it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for the reminder about the 6'2". Yeah, sometimes I get hard on myself that you're 50, almost 56, and my God, look, this hasn't happened yet, and this hasn't happened. But when I
Mm,
think about, wow, the lessons that I've embodied that I can teach, yeah, and the relatability and the safety and the inspiration of not giving up. Yeah, it's all good.
mm.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful
Oh
for
my
what I
God.
signed up for.
So if someone is if they're like wanting to see the first step into getting to know themselves, like what is that for you? And you kind of gave us that. I loved the level 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, right? Like
Mm.
that progression too. But if someone is like, okay, like how do I get to know myself better, even just from like the first step? What does that feel like for you? Or how do you guide people?
Well, I just had a call with a client who's been with me for 9 years. I think 15 years is the longest, and then just like a month and a half is like the newest. So like I have them all over the place. And we just had a call, and he was all stressed about this, and I'm listening and I'm taking notes, and we've worked together long enough. But what I said to him, I said, so, and he's suffering a lot. I said, how attached are you to this on a scale of 1 to 10? And he's like, oh, yeah, 10, then 11. I'm an 11 attached. I go, great. Right in this moment, I got you. What are you going to have to face or feel to go from attached to committed? Let go of all attachment, come back into the present moment, and just be committed. And that's the emotion he didn't want to feel. If he stayed attached, then he wasn't in the present moment. He wasn't in his body. He didn't have to feel, and he just kept bashing on himself and bashing on others and kicking ass and getting upset and suffering and not sleeping and then negative spirals. He was doing all the things. He wasn't here. He
Hmm.
was out there because he didn't want to feel something right here, which turned out to be, for him at least, he's out of control. He doesn't like to be out of control.
Mm.
He's doing his best. He has some exams he needs to take to be an architect. And this last exam, he didn't pass. And he kept doing this with his hands, like, I got to study harder. I got to study harder. I'm like,
Mm.
maybe not. Maybe you're committed that you're passing these exams, but we don't know who, what, when, where, how that's going to happen. We just know that it's done and you're committed. You're a sacred fucking warrior of commitment, but your attachment is creating so much suffering, my love. So the first step was to feel what you don't want to feel in the present moment. What in reality you don't want to face or feel. So that is like the first step when someone wants to get to know themselves. Everybody's plenty brilliant. Everybody listens to podcasts all the time. Everybody reads all the books. Everybody's smart, if you ask me. But not everybody is, at least for me, like we said earlier in this podcast, have been taught how to emotionally regulate. But in order to do that, you have to learn how to feel. You have to
Hmm.
stay in your body and feel. And it sounds so simple, but it's not because it's very intense. We've already talked about that too. So if you can go, oh, all the suffering is a story and it's spinning either in the past or the future. And if I came into this present moment and just that question, what is it that I've been resisting facing or feeling? It'd be really super wise to have like a coach like me or like you holding space, because when someone is trying to feel, be the water and the banks of the river at the same time, it's hard.
Yep.
But when someone's got you and they're the banks of the river and your only job is to feel, and they won't judge you and they're not going to go anywhere and they're not going to drop you, and they love you and they care and they've probably been there before you, okay, you're going to get through that a lot more elegantly and quickly than by yourself,
Hmm.
or with someone who's not, or someone who's going to judge you. You shouldn't feel that way. Why are you
Right.
feeling that way? That's going to make it worse. So that would be the big, but the effective first step. of this intimate relationship with yourself. And there ought to be quite a few of those feelings in there
Hmm.
when you start to slow down and come face to face with all your shadows, and your aspects or your parts or whatever word you like. Little you. I like to use that one. Little you. What little you
Hmm.
wants to talk to you today? The scared one, or the ashamed one, or the mad one, or all the different ones. And soul embodiment to me is bringing every last one of them home
Hmm.
without them ever needing to change to be worthy of coming home.
Yeah.
That's a big journey. And it's why we're here, if you ask me.
Oh gosh, that's the self-acceptance is accepting all the parts as they are without asking them to change.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oof, it's so you can't even describe. I can't quite put words to how powerful that is.
Oh,
Like I don't know how to explain it other than like that's the work.
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
You mentioned ayahuasca. I guess it's been about 25 years. I did my first journey and it was horrible. It was with a Peruvian shaman. It was up in Canada where I'm from. And I hated it. And I talked to him the next morning. I said, it sucked. There was demons all night. And he's like, oh, stubborn one. You need more medicine. I'm like, oh no, I had plenty of medicine. They're like, well, could you fight the demons? I'm like, all night long. Okay, more medicine. I'm like, oh God. So the next time I went in, and then when I did my intention at the beginning of my very first journey, well, how am I going to make more money and get a great guy? And no, 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 no. I was so arrogant and ego filled, and she kicked my motherfucking ass. So second one, I'm like, oh, okay, just show me the way. Just show me the way. And he poured a little more and a little more and a little more. I'm like, oh, and I went back. And when the demons came, he told me, just open your heart and say, thank you. I love you. Thank you, Panchamama. I love you. Because the demons were me.
Hmm.
The demons were all my self-hatred, all the parts of myself that I'd shunned away and judged and avoided. And yeah. And so by the end of it, there was in my mind's eye with the hallucinogenic parts of this ceremony, there were probably 10 to 14 ugly eyeballs hanging out, demons that were all representations of some level of self-hatred. And I just sat there in my bucket of puke, looking at all the swamp of puke with all my demons. And then the very last one, Hannah, it's amazing. It's been like 20, 25 years, but it still makes me cry. There was me without the demon. It was just me like I look right now, but my hands were over my face. I was still so ashamed to be me. And I remember thinking, isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? And she could come home. And that was so profound that I didn't need to change me to love me whole. And
Hmm.
then the demons dissolved and then they turned on the candle and it was the end of the journey. And I thought, oh my God, this is my path. This is my path for me. I got some work to do. This will be my path to teach. And this is what I get to do today. And actually, this weekend, I'm going to go meet with a potential benefactor to support a documentary I want to create.
Cool.
And I have the confidence to ask and the unattachment if it's not going to be them that gets it or funds it. But yeah, I really would like more people to know about what's possible coming home. Yeah.
Mm. Oh my goodness. Mm. Alana, you are amazing. Truly. Your openness, your presence, right? Like um your ability to be here
Mm,
is so, so deep. Like it's just so obvious. Um, and I hope, I hope that people who hear this, I would encourage you to like go on YouTube actually and just like see this like the presence that you bring to because I don't think I've ever cried on the podcast. I
stop it. Really?
don't think so. Maybe not often. And
Oh,
I'm
thank. that touches me that we were able to go so deep together and feel so safe together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonderful. I cry a lot, but not, I mean, but it has to do with, am I safe to cry?
Yeah.
Right? Am I safe to be seen in my vulnerability? Am I
Yeah.
safe to be transparent? Yes, I will always meet myself there. But thank you for the depth of your listening and care that I
Yeah.
could not just tell the story in my mind about that journey 20, 25 years ago, but feel that journey all those years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm. I cry all the time now too. Like truly. I didn't for a long time. And it's so again, meeting yourself,
Yeah.
being safe, tears.
Yeah.
They're so good. And it's tears, but they're good.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
good.
snotty face is a good thing. Yep.
Well, if people have been listening to this and
Mm,
you are exactly who they need right now,
mm, mm.
how can they find you? How can they feel more of who you are?
Yeah, thank you. My site is my name, so Allana Pratt. And if you go allanapratt.com/connect, then that's how we have an intimacy breakthrough experience call together one-on-one. And I'll make sure I give a scholarship to your listeners, and you can put it in the show notes for them. So that's a way we're going to just drop in and discover if we're a fit. And if you'd like to take it a little slower and date me first, allanapratt.com/top five, the number five mistakes is a wonderful 5 video series of the top 5 mistakes people make that destroy their conscious relationships. So you can get to know me that way. There's my podcast, Intimate Conversations. We're in season 14 next year. There's my YouTube channel, /Allana Pratt, Instagram, /Allana Pratt, Patreon, my Patreon channel, /Allana Pratt, just Allana Pratt.
You're everywhere.
Come play. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for your beautiful openness, your presence, all of it. And thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, likewise, sister. Thank you. This has been absolutely nourishing to my soul. Thank you.
That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and be sure to like and subscribe. And again, if anything resonated with you from this episode, I would love to hear from you. Email me at Hannah, HANNAH, at expansiveceo.com and tell me about it. And if you're ready for your greatest expansion, you can find ways to work with me at expansiveceo.com and at x2wealthplanning.com. That's X, the numeral 2, wealthplanning.com. So until next time, remember that there is enough, you are enough, and your birthright in this lifetime is to be expansive.